Time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Thursday, September the 28th, 2023, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Church service for Jose Luis Garcia Jr., 42 of Muleshoe, was held last weekend, Saturday, September 23rd, at the Ellis Funeral Home Chapel with Valentin Martinez officiating. Burial followed in the Bailey County Cemetery. Jose died Wednesday, September the 20th, here in Muleshoe. He was born August 27th, 1981, in Lubbock to Jose Luis and Michaela Serrano Garcia Sr. He married Felicia Mumau in Muleshoe on June the 10th, 2006. Jose was an avid Dallas Cowboys and Texas Longhorn fan. He enjoyed farming and grilling. Jose was known for his long eyelashes and quoting random movies. He was funny and liked to tell stupid jokes. Jose treated all the kids like his own and made sure they all had snacks. His two daughters were his world, and he loved playing softball with them. Jose was a member of the Living Faith Christian Church in Olton. He was preceded in death by his parents. Jose is survived by his wife, Felicia, two daughters, Elena Marie Garcia of Muleshoe and Adeline Joe Garcia, also of Muleshoe. He's survived by 8 sisters, Irene Alpers and her husband, Bo, of Mansfield, Missouri, Amelia Garcia Ochoa of Clovis, Candy Lopez and her husband, Epitasio of Liberal, Kansas, Maria Delgado and her husband, Mario of Sunam, Loiza Gonzalez and her husband Geraldo of Liberal, Kansas, Claudia Garcia, Claudia Garcia and her husband Ivan Medina of Liberal, Christina Garcia and her husband Christopher Nunley of Lubbock, Angelita Garcia and her husband Jeremy Holmes of St. Louis, Missouri, his brother Jose Luis Garcia and his wife Viviana de la Torre of Clovis. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Living Faith Christian Church, 109 5th Street, Olton, Texas, 79064. Online condolences can be made on the Ellis Funeral Homes website, ellisfuneralhomes.com. Please keep the family of Jose Luis Garcia, only 42 years of age, of Muleshoe, and especially keep his wife, Felicia, and 2 daughters, Elena and Adeline, on your prayer list today. Church service for Manuela Ama Martinez, 84, of Muleshoe, was held last week on Wednesday, September the 20th, at the Ellis Funeral Home Chapel here in Muleshoe, with Richard Rodriguez of Clovis officiating. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Manuela died Sunday, September the 17th, here in Muleshoe. She was born February the 20th, 1939, in Matamoros, Mexico, to Leandro and Eulalia Marin Rabota. She married Marcial Martinez in Mexico, December the 31st, 1954. Manuela enjoyed sewing and working in her garden. She loved flowers and was a great cook, especially her tamales and beans. Manuela spoiled her grandkids and loved to watch the Dallas Cowboys with her sons. She is preceded in death by her husband, Marcial, 4 sons, Augustine, Ramon H., Martin M., and Hector Martinez, 2 daughters, Nellie and Alicia Martinez, a grandson, Ismael Zachary Martinez, 2 sisters, and 1 brother. Manuela is survived by 3 sons, Manuel Martinez of Muleshoe, Miguel, and his wife Mariola, also of Muleshoe, and Jorge Martinez and his wife Tania of New York. 2 daughters, survivor Maria Sanchez and her husband Ralph of Muleshoe, Olga Belanger and her husband Jeff of Amarillo, 39 grandchildren, 45 great-grandchildren, and 5 great-great-grandchildren all survive Manuel Martinez. Please keep this Martinez family on your prayer list today. Again, the funeral services were held last week here in Muleshoe at the Ellis Funeral Home Chapel, and burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Jerry Mack also known as Pawpaw Hall, 84 of Fort Worth, passed away peacefully in his home on Thursday, August 31st. Mack was born on January the 8th, 1939, in Circlebacks, just south of Muleshoe, to Eula Hall and Helen Crouch Hall. In 1954, they moved to Lasbuddy, where he graduated high school in 1957. In 1959, Mack married Linda Millen at the Weil Church in Bailey County. They settled in 1968 in Fort Worth, where he worked as a construction supervisor for Fixture Exchange Corp. He retired in 2016. Mack enjoyed being outdoors, traveling with his wife and family. He spent many years caring for his canine companions, most notably a heeler named Blue. Mack was preceded in death by his parents, his brothers Bob and Tom Hall, a daughter, Tuana Bays. He is survived by his devoted wife, Linda, and his son, Brandon Hall, 5 grandchildren, Raymond Gonzalez, Jenny Hall, Jessica Hall, Jamie Thibodeau, and Jody Snell, as well as 4 great-grandchildren and 1 aunt, Doris Crouch Scott, here of Muleshoe. The Hall family would like to extend a special thank you to Inhabit Home Health and Hospice Care. A funeral service was held mid-September on September 13th in Fort Worth, and he was buried at the Laurel Land Memorial Park in Fort Worth. Please keep the family of Jerry Mack Hall on your prayer list today. Well, the Mules continued their impressive run here in the 2023 football season last Friday night at Abernathy. I was a little interested, as I thought Abernathy would really play us, give us a good game. But when it came down to it, the Mules won 47-0 to Abernathy, and Abernathy also was celebrating their homecoming that Friday night that the Mules were in town. You can see that broadcast of that game in its entirety on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Muleshoe versus Abernathy, with the voice of the Muleshoe Mules, Elliot Davis, along with the halftime performance by the MHS Mighty M Marching Band. The Mules are perfect on the 2023 season and have seemed impressive in every single game. They're at 5-0, but last Friday night, in some of the stats of the Mules and the Antelopes, the Mules ran 62 total plays to Abernathy's 60, so that's a real balanced number. But total yards, the Mules just short of 500 at 497 yards to Abernathy's 228. We had 196 through the air and 301 through the ground. Abernathy had 98 passing yards to 130 on the ground. Mules had 22 first downs. Abernathy had 11. For third down efficiency, the Mules was 63% at 5-8. Abernathy was 4-13 at 31%. And fourth down efficiency, the Mules were perfect at 1-1. And Abernathy, we held them to 0-3. We only had 1 turnover to 3 Abernathy turnovers. We fumbled once, and Abernathy threw 3 interception. The Mules had 4 penalties for 29 yards. Abernathy had 11 penalties for 158 yards. That's team totals there from last Friday night at Abernathy. Some of the individual stats for passing: the quarterback, number 2, Nathan Martins, was 19 of 23 for 196 yards and 1 touchdown. His longest pass was for 45 yards. Rushing, Jose Segala, the amazing freshman, number 10, had 8 rushing attempts. They did a pretty good job, especially at first, bottling up Jose, but as time went on, he started really breaking it. He had 109 yards on the night, 1 touchdown, and it went for 72 yards. The great senior, number 21, Signs, had 12 rushing attempts for 107 yards and 1 touchdown. His long was 21 yards. We saw a third running back do a great job at the end of the game, as a lot of the second string and third string mules are getting lots of playing time, especially at the ends of these games. Number 14, Hoff, he had 5 rushing attempts for 49 yards and 1 touchdown. His long was 19. Of course, the great senior, Curvin, number 7, he had 3 rushing attempts for 32 yards and 1 touchdown. His longest was 15 yards. And then, of course, Nathan Martins can hurt you on the ground as well. The quarterback, he had 3 rushing attempts for 4 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest was at 6 yards. In the receiving corps, number 81, Martinez, had 3 receptions for 86 yards and 1 touchdown. His longest reception was for 45 yards. Quezada, number 1, had 6 receptions for 50 yards. His longest was 25. Curvin, number 7, had 5 receptions for 41 yards. His longest was 12. Herrera, number 3, had 3 receptions for 16 yards. His longest was 9. And Josue Segala, number 10, had 2 receptions for 3 yards. On the defensive side, some of the individual stats. Cantu, number 22, the great defensive player, had 6 tackles, 8 assists, 2 tackles for loss. Moreno, number 11, had 4 tackles, 3 assists, and 1 tackle for loss. Morales, number 0, had 4 tackles, 9 assists, and 1 tackle for loss. Then with 1 tackle apiece, was Hoff, Martinez, Dominguez, Burris, and Hernandez. Burris had 6 assists, and Dominguez had 2 assists. Jose Flores, number 20, had 1 assist, and Cabrera, number 8, had 1 assist as well. Overall, it just was a fantastic team win on all 3 sides of the ball. Offense, defense, and special teams last Friday night, as the Mules just dominated Abernathy High on their homecoming in a road game and won 47-0. And there were lots of shout outs as the Dave Campbell's Texas High School football 3A player or coach of the week last week was our own Coach Richards. And then the Amarillo Globe's Happy State Bank Player of the Week for Week 4, voted by the fans, overwhelmingly chose Josue Segala last week as the Player of the Week for Week 4 of the Happy State Bank Amarillo Globe Player of the Week. Well, coming up this Friday night, the Mules will be again on the road at Brownfield down south of us. So go out and support the Mules. The kickoff time is at 7 p.m. at Brownfield. And if you can't make it, we'll have updates on our Facebook and Twitter feeds for all the scores at the quarter and half breaks in the final. And then on Saturday morning, early look for the full game broadcast on our website, muleshoetv.com, on our Facebook pages, Gil Lamb and Channel 6 Muleshoe, and our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, and in our YouTube channel, Gil Lamb Advertising. Muleshoe versus Brownfield this coming Friday night. The Mules again in District 3A, and Division 1, and the Mules are on top so far in the non-conference, non-district record at 5-0. Then 2 teams at 4-1. Bushland at 4-1. Dalhart at 4-1 so far. Then Shallowater having a disappointing season for sure at 2-3. Then River Road at 1-4. You look at Brownfield; they are 3-2 on the 2023 season so far. In 1-3A, they lost last week to Littlefield 49-13. So there's a common opponent, as the Mules defeated Littlefield in the first game of the season. They beat Dimmitt in the previous game 47-29, lost to Roosevelt 46-30, then beat Toya 40-14, and Post 28-24 in a close game, and that's their season record so far through half of it, 5 games. So go out and support the Mules this coming Friday night, September the 29th, on the road. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. at Brownfield. Look for our broadcast, of course, Saturday morning of the Mules versus Brownfield Cubs game, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Burton Service Center, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Independent School District, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Edward Jones and Stephen DeMint, McDonald's Restaurant, along with 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, and Irrigation Pumps and Power. That coming early Saturday morning, our broadcasts. Of course, that will be our last district game, as next week we will be back at home and we'll be live streaming, courtesy of 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, the Muleshoe versus Bushland game that will kick off 2-3A district action. Then it will go like this: Bushland will be October the 6th, then we'll have a bye week, then we'll be on the road north of Amarillo at River Road, then back at home versus Shallowater, and then on the road to end district and the regular season at Dalhart on November the 3rd. So after this week, district will begin, and of course we will live stream all the home games and then have a delayed broadcast of all of the away games for the Muleshoe Mules varsity team for the regular season 2023. Now there is football action going on this evening, this Thursday, September 28th, as the JV Mules will take on Brownfield right here at Benny Douglas Football Stadium. That will kick off at 5 p.m. here at Benny Douglas Football Stadium. So go out and support the JV Mules as they take on the Cubs today. Of course, junior high teams will be in action at Brownfield this evening, beginning at 5 and 6:15 kickoffs. So good luck to the JV Mules along with all of the junior high teams as they are in action today, both at Benny Douglas Football Stadium here in Muleshoe and at Brownfield. There will be a big tumbleweed marching festival that the MHS Mighty and Marching Band will participate in this Saturday, September the 30th, at Denver City, the Tumbleweed Marching Festival. So good luck to the Mighty and Marching Band. If you want to see the Mighty and Marching Band and their halftime performance, we have covered it in every game. It's set for the first game of the season, and then at Friona, when they march to the home field, side of the field. But in every other game, including the last Friday nights at Abernathy, we included the Mighty and Marching Band and their halftime show. So make sure and go look for it there. We'll be back with more Muletrain news and also our weather forecast coming up shortly, right after this message from our sponsor, Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Here in Muleshoe at the original Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard, they have a new bar with a bar menu that includes domestic beers, priced very affordably, including Coors for $3.50, Miller Lite $3.50, Bud Light $3.75, Budweiser $3.75, Michelob Ultra $3.50, and Shinerbach $3.75. In their import beer menu, Corona is $4, Tecate is $2.75, Modelo $4, Modelo is special $4, Dos Equis is $4, Pacifico $4.25, Victoria is $4.25, Corona Premier is $4. On their mixed drinks, the Sangria Swirl, marked at $9 now. Beer Ritas, $11.50. Sangria, $8. Sangria wine, $8. Strawberry margaritas, frozen or on the rocks, $8.50. Mango margarita, frozen or on the rocks, $8.50. House margarita, frozen or on the rocks, only $8. And the Micheladas with any beer is $8.50. That's the brand new bar menu available now when they're open at Leal's Mexican Restaurant, 1010 West American Boulevard. Victor, Debbie, Angelica, all their employees say come down and try their new bar menu available now at Leal's, the original Leal's right here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard. Don't forget at the Original Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard here in Muleshoe. Every Saturday during happy hour in the evening, they have great drink specials along with meal specials as well. And lots of the time they have live entertainment at your local Original Leal's right here in Muleshoe, and great lunch specials every weekday at Leal's, the Original, 1010 West American Boulevard, right here in Muleshoe, Texas. Texas Health Steps keeps your child healthy, and it's available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center and their clinics. Texas Health Steps is health care for children through age 20 who have Medicaid and gives your child free medical checkups starting at birth. Checkups can help find health problems before they get worse and harder to treat. Keep your little cowboy or cowgirl healthy. If you have Medicaid insurance, call the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe at 806-272-7544 to schedule your child's free medical checkup. That's through the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Again, call the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, 806-272-7544. Texas Health Steps keeps your child healthy through the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Make sure, if you haven't recently driven around the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, they've done a lot of amazing remodeling. They tore down the old nursing home on the south side of the building, and they're doing a really nice paint job on the outside of the rest of the hospital. So make sure to drive by and look at all the changes at our local Muleshoe Area Medical Center. It looks really, really nice. The Bailey County Senior Citizens Center at Main and Avenue D here in Muleshoe, their sponsor of the week is 1876 Rentals. This is Annette Orozco writing. The Bailey County Senior Center would like to recognize our sponsor of the week, 1876 Rentals, which is owned by Casey Bradshaw and managed by Lloyd Bradshaw. The business has been here since 2019, offering all of your small equipment needs. They have small backhoes, skids, steers, trailers, lifts, ditch trenchers, small shredders, and rototillers. I had the pleasure of visiting with Lloyd a bit about his family. Lloyd attended West Texas State University after graduating from high school and met the love of his life, Janice Patterson. They married November 21st, 1969. They have a son, Casey Bradshaw, and his wife, Kara, who live in Canyon. Casey and Kara have 3 children, Lucas, Barrett, and Sophie. Lloyd and Janice have a daughter, Lori Pratt, and her husband, Dion, who live in Liberty, Texas. They have 3 children as well, Caitlin, Caleb, who is in the Navy, and Carter. Lloyd and Janice raised their family in the Lasbuddy community where they farmed until his retirement 4 years ago. When I asked about his first job, Lloyd said it has always been farming. He followed his father's footsteps into farming, and his dad, C.W. Neil Bradshaw, was his mentor. In addition to farming, Lloyd was also a Palmer County Precinct 4 commissioner from 2011 to 2019 and served on the Lasbuddy School Board. Lloyd was in the New Mexico National Guard from 1967 to 1973. As we were wrapping up, I asked Lloyd, what are you proudest of? And his immediate reply was, my family. His favorite thing to do is spend time with his family and travel. We would like to thank Lloyd and the Bradshaw family for supporting the Bailey County Senior Center, and go see them for any of your small equipment rental needs. It's businesses like this that make it possible for us to continue to serve the seniors here in the Muleshoe area. And that's Annette Orozco writing about 1876 Rentals, the Bailey County Senior Center sponsor of the week. For lunch today at the Senior Center, Main and Avenue D, they start serving around 11:30 every weekday. They're serving baked chicken and dumplings, whole wheat roll, margarine, peas, tossed salad with dressing, winter fruit cup. Tomorrow on Friday, their regular fish or chicken strips, borracho beans, green peas, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, whole wheat roll, and tropical fruit mix. Now, next week will be into October, and Monday is October 2nd. On the menu for lunch, creamy mushroom steak, mashed potatoes, peas and carrots, whole wheat roll, margarine, emerald pears. On Tuesday, October 3rd, they'll be serving glazed meatloaf, red bliss potatoes, breadstick, mixed vegetables, country apple crisp. For Wednesday, their old standby chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, country gravy, stewed okra, seasoned corn, and a pumpkin square. Thursday next week, October 5th, chicken teriyaki with rice, stir-fry vegetables, green peas, peaches, sweet potato pie, and wheat bread. Then on Friday next week, October 6th, their regular Fisher chicken strips, borracho beans, green peas, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, whole wheat roll, and a tropical fruit mix. Tomorrow on Friday, September the 29th, they will have the United Pharmacy at the Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. Respiratory season is here. You can get your flu, pneumonia, or RSV vaccines all at the Senior Center, 319 Main Street, from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. That's tomorrow, Friday, September 29th at the Senior Center. If you want more information or you would like to sign up for a specific time, you can call the Senior Center, 806-272-3169. That's United Pharmacy will be on site at the Senior Center, Main and Avenue D, tomorrow, Friday, September 29th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to give flu, pneumonia, and RSV vaccines. You can sign up for your appointment in the Senior Center today or tomorrow morning, or call 806-272-3169, or if you would like any more information about this vaccine clinic. Well, we're so sorry to learn that our city secretary, Zana Carpenter, is going to retire, and she is going to become a stay-at-home grandmother, as she has a grandbaby on the way, and she is going to stay at home and take care of it for her daughter Cheyenne, who is a teacher in the Muleshoe ISD, I believe at DeShazo Elementary. So that is totally understandable. She will love that every moment of it, but we will miss her at City Hall, as she has provided proficient expert care there as our city secretary, and all of the responsibilities that are included with that job. She has done a great job. Plus, she knows Muleshoe and knows its people, and we will miss her very much at City Hall as our city secretary. But of course, the city of Muleshoe and Ramon Sanchez, the city manager, will continue on, and they've posted that job opening for a new city secretary on their website. But congratulations on your retirement to Zana, and good luck, and have a great time taking care of your new grandbaby at home. Well, it's time now for the weather forecast here on Gillum Advertising, Channel 6, MuleshoeTV.com. We still don't have a sponsor for our weather program, so if you would like to be our sponsor, you can call us at 806-566-5881. That's my cell phone, and I can talk to you about it. You'll get an ad, an audio ad at the first of every weather program, and then your ad on the screen here on the Muletrains, along with the front page of our website, MuleshoeTV.com, and shares on our social media if you need them. Your business, organization, church, or just an individual that would like to sponsor our weather forecast, we would appreciate it very much. 806-566-5881 again. Well, it's been a little bit better in September as we near the end of the month, as the last day of the month will be this Saturday, September 30th. The Sunday will be October 1st. Can you believe that? We are now well within fall, as fall started on the equinox, September 21st. And today is, of course, Thursday, September the 28th. As of recording it here at in the noon hour, it's 86 degrees. We've cooled down to where our highs have only been in the lower 90s and upper 80s, and our lows every night this week so far has been in the mid to lower 50s. So it's been really cool fall-like weather, especially in the evenings and overnight. but we have done a little bit better in September over the most of 2023, as we have here at the National Weather Service station at Channel 6 in our backyard in our rain gauge, an inch and 43/100ths. On the month of September so far, and it's been so dry, especially throughout the summer months. That is a good month, but it's still behind what you would look at an average September. On September 15th, we got 0.8 of an inch. Then the following day, September 16th, 35/100ths of an inch. So there's the bulk of that inch and 43 happened right in mid-September. On the West Texas Mesonet station, the Muleshoe station 2 miles south of town, has an inch and 19/100ths on the month of September. And the Earth Mesonet station has done better than both. It's in a field right next to Toke Plant. It has an inch and 74/100ths. So all of us are down, but we will take what we can get, as it has been better than the last few months, especially August and July were extremely dry months for the Muleshoe area. Looking at our weather forecasts, we have sunny conditions for this Thursday afternoon. High only around 91 degrees. South winds around 15 miles per hour. We will take that for sure. Partly cloudy tonight. Low around 63. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then tomorrow on Friday for football, sunny, high around 91 again. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then partly cloudy Friday night. Low around 62. South winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms for the weekend on Saturday, mainly in the afternoon hours after 1 p.m. Mostly sunny, high near 85. So cooler with a slight rain chance during the day on Saturday. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday night, mainly before 1 a.m. Mostly cloudy, low around 61. Southeast winds around 15 miles per hour. Then Sunday, it goes even higher, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 1 p.m. in the afternoon hours. Partly sunny, high near 81, so much cooler this weekend. South winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms again in the evening hours, mainly before 1 a.m. Partly cloudy, low around 59. Southeast winds around 15 miles per hour. Monday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 81 degrees. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms Monday night. Mostly cloudy, low around 58. Tuesday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly sunny, high near 81. Tuesday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, low around 53. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms Wednesday midday next week. Mostly sunny, high only around 78. So some really nice fall weather, some rain chances beginning Saturday afternoon, running all the way through the rest of the 7-day forecast into Wednesday. So keep your fingers crossed. Maybe we can get some rain and we can green up here in the area and have some beautiful fall flowers. I know my garden and flowers, they just didn't bloom at all. Looked straggly and rough no matter how I watered them. Over the summer, we had so many 100-degree days in a row. But now as we've cooled off and got a tad bit of rain in mid-September, they've all started blooming again. But it would be much, much prettier and beneficial if we could get some rain here in the next 7 days, as we have rain chances beginning Saturday afternoon, running all the way through Wednesday next week, and cooler temperatures. Well, as an addendum here on the end of the weather forecast, if you haven't noticed, there has been a very bright light up in the sky, especially in the evening hours as the sun is setting in the western skies, as NASA has been launching high altitude research balloons. It's something real similar to a weather balloon the National Weather Service would launch. They have been up there in the evenings, and they just shine with a beautiful translucent white light as the sun is going down. It'll get dark here on the ground, but it's such a high elevation that it's still catching the last rays of the sun as it's going down. And it's being launched by the Columbia Balloon Research Center that NASA has, that's somewhere outside of Fort Sumner, New Mexico. And you can see, of course, this balloon is so high all the way to Amarillo and Lubbock to our east. But I saw an interesting thing on Facebook, as of course, you know, Jody Rhodes, I think is her last name now, but she was Jodie Foster when she was growing up here in Muleshoe. She probably graduated around the class of 96 or 97, somewhere like that. She is an employee and works for NASA, and I believe now lives in the Ohio state of Ohio, and works for them at one of their facilities there. But her sister lives on a ranch somewhere outside of Melrose, and the first balloon that we saw on Tuesday evening landed on her sister Jana's ranch. So that is quite a coincidence that a NASA employee's sister wound up with a NASA research balloon that landed on her ranch. But I do believe they launched another one the next night, Wednesday night, and we'll see what that happens tonight, if there's another balloon in our western sky. But it's been real pretty sitting up there, and in the western sky it seems to not move. But of course, it's such a high elevation and moving at such a low rate, it seems to just sit up there statically in the air, that is vibrantly lit from the back by the setting sun. We have another great celestial event that's coming up in a couple weekends. It's during the Muleshoe bye week, so let me look at the calendar, make sure I give you the correct date. And I'll give you more information as we get closer next month in our next Muletrain. But on Saturday, October the 14th, there'll be a solar eclipse that Saturday morning. It'll start somewhere around 9 a.m. that morning and run for an hour and a half or so. And the best place to view it is farther to our west. There's a line there inside of New Mexico that runs Albuquerque to Roswell to Hobbs down to Midland, where you can be right in the center and see this annular solar eclipse right in the middle. And what happens with this one, the moon, when it gets in between the earth and the sun, it's not quite in a spot where it's big enough to totally cover the sun. So what you see when it's in totality is a ring of fire, and it's a real pretty event. If you remember back in 2012, one of my bigger videos that we ever did was May 20th, 2012, and it's still available on our YouTube channel, the annular solar eclipse that happened, that I filmed back then from a bluff at the National Wildlife Refuge, the Muleshoe National Wildlife Refuge. And it got well over 100,000 views, and but we were in the path for that annular solar eclipse, where we're just outside of it a little. But even if you're in Muleshoe, still go out and watch for it, as you will be able to see it. It won't be totally on center. It'll be off just slightly from where we are here in Muleshoe. But if you want to get in your car early that morning and drive west, you can get, the closer you get to the Roswell area from Muleshoe, in that range, the more you'll be centered up to see a perfect annular solar eclipse. And that's sort of what I plan on doing, as that will be our bye week. The Mules will not play that Friday night prior to that annual solar eclipse. Again, that happens Saturday morning, October the 14th, I believe, local time, Central Standard Time. It will start somewhere around 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. that morning and last for around an hour. The weather forecast is brought to you here. We need a sponsor. You can call me to sponsor it today at 806-566-5888. And again, on the month of September so far, 1 inch and 43 100ths. Well, make sure and join us every Sunday here on MuleshoeTV.com, along with our Facebook pages, Gil M and Channel 6 Muleshoe, our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, and our YouTube channel, Gil M Advertising. We broadcast the same things on all of those platforms, but we do the delayed audio feeds from Calvary Baptist Church and all of their singing and messages, their announcements, along with their message by Brother Jeff Kaufman. Then every Sunday afternoon as well, we have the full service audio-wise from the Muleshoe Methodist Church. And this Sunday, October 1st, the message will be Do or Do Not from James 1, 17 through 27 by the minister David Maccabee. Also, I notice they will celebrate communion, which is open to all Christians if you want to join them at the Muleshoe Methodist Church. And that is this coming Sunday. We will have all of that on our website from Calvary Baptist and Muleshoe Methodist Church. And, of course, beginning at 11 a.m. will be the live stream from the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe. And the minister, Dr. Stacey Connor, will not be preaching the message this coming Sunday. It will be their youth minister, Hunter Brown. His message will be the face of grace from Genesis 32:22 through 33:11. Also, I noticed on their service, Robert Gallman of the personnel committee will do a recognition of staff anniversary. That will be all live streamed this coming Sunday beginning at 11 a.m. Front page of our website, MuleshoeTV.com, along with all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Gil M, Channel 6 Muleshoe, Twitter, Channel 6 Muleshoe, and YouTube, Gil M Advertising. You can also go to fbcmuleshoe.org, find the link to those broadcasts as well. That's every Sunday we do that here at MuleshoeTV.com. On your prayer list, please, today remember Cliff Black and Rowena Myers, Terry Byers, Suzanne Nichols, Robert Johnson, Albert Lee, Joy Priest, Mike Sladen, Aaron Black, Joe Bledsoe, Marie Brown, Richard Kaufman, Bonnie Drusendahl, Dolores Harvey, Nancy Wallace, Mandy Whitaker, Norris Conklin, who's in the nursing home over in Clovis. Keep Wanda Schaefer on your prayer list today, Gabby Stone, Tina Costilla, Berta and Larry Combs, Tyrone Clements, John Blackwell, Olivia Barrera. Also continue to remember Mom, Megan Reynolds, as she is under hospice care here at the house, and we're taking care of her here at home. Please always remember Mom, Megan Reynolds on your prayer list today. Remember Melba King on your prayer list, and Pat King, Tom and Linda Watson, Joe Jinks, Cleto Robertson, Pee Wee Estrada, Jerry Bruton, Carrie and Pat Moore, who are new residents at our Parkview Nursing Care Center. Remember Daryl Embry on your prayer list today, please. Remember the family of Bruce Crabtree, the family of Jose Luis Garcia Jr., the family of Jerry Mack Hall, the family of Manuela Ama Martinez, the family of Jesus Chuy Gloria, the family of Abel Estrada Velasco, the family of Juan Jose Jaime needs to be on your prayer list today, as well as the family of David Jenkins, our former MHS longtime principal, the family of Lily Alfaro, and the family of Peggy Kent Baker. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program available free of charge on demand on our website, MuleshoeTV.com. Click on the link at the top center of the page.
This is Tumbleweed Smith. We'll hear about Texas rockers in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They're owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at bcecoop.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Gary Loing of Jasper makes things out of wood.
Just about anything anybody can dream up. If it's out of wood, I make it. I'm teaching a class up at Angelina College for furniture repair and refinishing.
Some things are harder to make than others.
Computer centers and entertainment centers are always real unusual.
He makes bats out of ash wood for little leaguers.
They're not for sale. I just make them and give them to the kids. I also umpire for the Little League down here, and the kids all wanted wood bats, which are hard to buy. Everything's, is aluminum now. So I just took a bat and figured out how to make it.
Ash is the preferred type of wood for all baseball bats.
Just the density of it, it's hard.
His specialty is rocking chairs. Great big rocking chairs.
The chairs are oversized. They're not your normal real thin rockers. These are heavy duty. They're guaranteed for life too.
He even makes a rocker for two. He is serious about his craft.
Everything I do is not duplicated. It takes me a little bit longer, but by the time I'm finished, it's worth it. I like to see something that I don't have to worry about and that I feel good about when it's gone.
He was production manager of a company that made rocking chairs. He made them better.
Basically, I changed the design on the post. I changed the dimensions of them a little bit and just made them more inside furniture instead of outside furniture.
Did it make them rock smoother?
Oh, yes. You can sit in one, and I promise you, it will not go anywhere. And there's a lot of those cheaper rocking chairs you can sit in and rock, and I promise you, you'll scoot all the way across the floor. These won't move.
The chairs have all kinds of coverings.
All kinds of different upholstery. In fact, several of the upholsteries are Italian tapestry upholstery. It literally comes from overseas.
These are not like your old front porch on a modest home in the country type rocking chairs. How much do they sell for?
Anywhere from just a wood slat without an upholstered bottom from $175 up to as much as $400.
He can put any logo, brand, or name on the chairs. A lot of people buy his chairs for special occasions or gifts.
It's really kind of neat. They have the Texas brand on the back of them. You can find them all the way to Canada to Mexico.
Gary Loing of Jasper. The factory where he worked turned out 20 rockers a day, all handmade. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.